In today's video, I'm going to show you one really simple technique to massively improve the quality of your video's audio. That's right, me on my own, no Pete. He's off rehearsing for the next season of Great British Watermelon Bake Off. Of course, he had to interfere in some way. Brilliant. What are you doing here?
Pete sent me. Make sure he's
aptly
represented.
At least you look the part.
Thanks. Yeah, cool.
Can I get on with the video?
What are we doing then?
Well, if you paid attention, you'd find out. It's an audio tutorial.
Oh, right, yeah, I love those. Yeah.
Good. Can I?
Yeah, come on.
Right. Okay. So audio noise is unfortunately an ever-present issue that you're going to get when you record any type of audio, especially when you're recording sound straight onto your camera. Now, we can do the obvious things like using a dedicated audio recorder or perhaps an XLR lead instead of a 3.5mm audio jack, removing sources of interference or even using foam windshields on our microphones. But despite all of that, there will always be an element of noise present on your audio circuit. And we hear that as hiss or electrical hum, or sometimes it's even called white noise. To combat that noise, all we're able to do is use good equipment and good technique to combat what we audio nerds call the signal to noise ratio. That is the difference in volume between the noise that's always present and the signal or input that we're putting into our recording. Things like dedicated audio recorders and high-end audio equipment tend to have really good signal to noise ratio straight out of the box, but cameras, and in particular the microphone preamps and DSLRs, tend to be pretty noisy devices, even when a high-end external microphone is attached. So if we are recording sound with our camera, how do we improve that signal to noise ratio? How do we combat that noise that's always going to be present? Well, the first and most obvious thing to do is to get your microphone as close to the source of sound as possible. Obviously not too close. When you're closer to the sound source, it gives you a fighting chance of getting a strong enough signal to improve the signal to noise ratio on your recording. Now, the next and most important thing to do is to switch off auto gain or auto input level on your camera. Now, this isn't always practical, I'll admit. If you're a vlogger or someone that's out run and gun filming, having auto gain on is actually a really handy tool. But for talking head pieces like this, where you're sat in a studio style environment, then you should always set the input gain on your camera yourself. This is because of the simple fact that when the input gain gets turned up, so does the noise present on the recording. So when your camera's in auto mode and the situation around it goes quieter, the input gain will go up to compensate. And when it does that, it turns up the noise with it. And that increase in the noise level means the signal to noise ratio becomes closer. The noise you hear on the recording becomes louder. So it's as simple as that. This isn't really a tutorial, more of a cautionary tale. Where the situation allows, set the input gain yourself. Switch off auto level on your camera and set the input gain to be appropriate for the situation. You should aim for the loudest moments in someone's talking to be just below 0 dB. That will give you the strongest signal to noise ratio. Obviously, be careful to make sure it doesn't go above 0, as then you'll get the other problem, which is distortion. But by setting the input gain yourself, you're taking control of the amount of noise that's going to be present in your videos. That's it, our Friday tutorial done. Thanks again, Pete, for, well, absolutely nothing. Make sure you click the buttons below to do all the things if you're interested. And of course, there is the random affiliate link of the week. Click on it and see what I think you should buy off Amazon so we make the big bucks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.